What's up, y'all? It's your girl Nia Williams, and welcome back to another episode on the Cognitive Gold podcast. And today I'm going to be talking about getting out of delusion and my experience of getting out of delusion and what it has shown me and what I've learned, and also the steps on how to come out of delusion. And a lot of it has to do with self accountability, taking responsibility for the things that you've done and the things that you just did not take into consideration, like the things that you've seen and you were aware of, but you didn't make a conscious decision towards. You allowed your stupidity and your ignorance to overdrive your reasoning and your logic. And when I tell you, it's a big, major ass disconnection when you are in Delululand. When you are in Delululand, man, the disconnect is so motherfucking real. I tell you, like, it will have you fighting, arguing, going back and forth on things that don't even exist, man. When I tell you, Delululand is made up of so much fucking illusions that you've created in your own mind based off what you told yourself over and over and over again, and sometimes what the people around you have also fed into. So it's like you are in this constant cycle of being delusional about everything. When I say everything, I mean you wake up in the delusion, you go to sleep in the delusion, you dream in the delusion, you do everything in the delusion. When I tell you, it is embedded in your motherfucking psyche to have imagination, and without a disciplined imagination, you can go into Delululand just unaware of what the causes may come. Come on, Caesar, let's go outside. So it is a very interesting topic that I'm gonna touch on. So grab your smoke, grab your water, grab your snacks, your fruit, whatever the fuck you smoking on, munching on, sipping on, get it and get real comfortable, because I'm going to be here for a minute too. Okay. So when I tell you being in Delululand is motherfucking chaotic as hell, it is so fucking intense because of the karma that is created from your own intentional actions in your imagination. Like, you are intentionally moving on delusional things, and it is causing these huge and major karmic experiences to where it causes more damage and keeps you more in the delusion. Like, it does not even help you get out of it. Like, the things that you're causing, the things that you're creating is a reflection of the delusion, and it is shown in the physical by how intense it is that you created, the energy that you just created in your delusion. It is that fucking intense to where it manifested in the physical and smacked your ass across the motherfucking face, but you're still in the motherfucking delusion because you can't see it. Now you gotta get smacked again and again and again and again until you can fucking see it, bruh. Until you can see it. Some people get smacked across their head their whole entire life, years upon years, 20, 30, 40 years, man. 15, 7, 9 years, man. It's a long time to be in delusion of whatever it is that your situation that you're in, or where you're trying to go in life, or who you're around. Like, it is affecting every aspect of your life to where you can't see right from wrong, or left from right, or what's actually colored and what's not. Like, you can't see straight, and you definitely not in tap with your motherfucking intuition. That shit is on hush mode. You can't hear nothing. It's a whisper. When it don't have no power, when you have no power with over your own self, and you hold yourself accountable, and you have that understanding that you got to take responsibility for the things that you've caused in this life, when you don't have those things intact, that intuition ain't even there, man. When I tell you I could not hear shit, you can't hear nothing. You can't hear nothing in the Delululand when it comes to your intuition. Now, you will have all of these emotions based off of you seeing people and how they move and how they act, and you see their character, and then you get emotional behind it, and you say these emotional ass responses, and then you be like, yep, my intuition is telling me that this motherfucker is doing X, Y, and Z, but you know this person's gonna do it because you've seen them do it before. I said that in one of my videos. And it does so much damage to you, your people around you, your mental state, your emotional health, you know, the relationships you have with people. It affects it so much to where you're jeopardizing everything around you, man. Like, you can lose this shit in fucking seconds. Some people don't even play that shit. Some people see that shit right off the bat that you delusional, and they be like, yep, yo ass gotta get the fuck out. Some people will kick you out, revoke access from you. They will literally take things from you, steal from you, hurt you in return, you know, not really give a fuck about you, drop you, cheat on you, lie to you, steal, like whatever it may be. People will do shit when they realize that you're not that bright, you're not that smart, you're not that intelligent, you're not that in tune with yourself. Like, I can step over you, I can walk over you, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say because you're stupid as fuck. You're not even gonna realize this shit. You're gonna sit here and go into this emotional ass spiral and say all this bullshit. I just caused that shit for you because you delusional as fuck, and I can't really be mad at them because I allowed it. I understand now that is something that I motherfucking allowed. Hi, Chopper. She over here talking to me and shit. She know I'm spitting some real shit. But either way, no, like, people will literally walk over you. People will literally do all of these things because you allow it. You tolerate it because you're so fucking delusional and you think that you're doing something right by somebody, but all you're doing is letting your shit go. You ain't doing right by no one. Not even your damn self. How can you do right by somebody else when you ain't doing right by you? This the shit that blew over my motherfucking head. Like, oh, this don't make sense to you? You're not realizing this shit? You're just gonna go right past it and not even worry about, okay, that's fine. And that's why I said that the universe had to send it right back to me again and smack me upside my fucking head all over again. And again, and again, and again, until I realized that I was causing the chaos. I was causing the motherfucking confusion. I was causing everything. I was in Delululand, and my fucking time, my residency in Delululand was causing so much shit in the reality to fucking pop off that I'm actually gonna manifest something worse for me than what I'm seeing in my imagination. Now, there's nothing wrong with having goals or envisioning where you want to be at in life, but you always have to be real with yourself on where you're at right now. And because there was no space of grounding myself in my reality, I allowed so much shit to throw me all over the fucking place. Even though I wanted to be in this reality and do this type of shit, I wasn't aligning it with what was really going on and how we can move forward. And I wasn't aligning my mind with my heart. They wasn't on the same motherfucking page. And being in Delululand, you can't get on the same page with this shit unless you get out of it. You gotta fucking resign from that shit. You gotta get away from it. You gotta retire from Delululand. You gotta go back home. It's like when people go take trips out to other countries, or they go move to another country and they realize a lot of the shit that's happening in the other country is worse than what's happening in America. They had to come back home because they realize, yeah, maybe it's not the place that needs to be changed. Maybe it's what's within me that needs to be fucking changed. And for me, it was like, yeah, Delululand was not it, man. And being a Piscean, man, we do in the Neptune That's what we rule over, and that's a lot have to do with dreams and imaginations and motherfucking visions and manifestations. That's what it's all about, because it has a lot to do with, yeah, our imagination, our connection with the divine through cognitive reverie. And it is a lot of fucking energy, because it has to do with different timelines from different parts of the universe and different parts of the motherfucking galaxy. It's just in my belief, everybody has something different, but I believe that when I imagine things and I envision things, this is not just because my imagination is being activated, yes, but it's also because I'm tapping into a whole new realm, a whole new reality that I can see is possible for this version of myself today, as long as I take the right steps towards it. And this is where balancing that shit comes into play. So when you're doing the steps to come out of Delululand, yeah, the first one is self-accountability and realizing what you've created in this land. Meaning you have to question all of the shit that you motherfucking seen and what you said and what you chose to believe. And put that against what reality is showing you, what real life is showing you right in your motherfucking face, right? So the second one, the second step would be to find that balance between imagination and reality, and practicing grounding yourself in reality, because this is what we know is to be real. And when you are in reality, you see things for what they truly are, meaning you won't have to go into the Delululand to find out people's motherfucking intentions with you and shit like that. You can find it right here in the present moment when you ground yourself and you actually come into connection, divine integration with your inner voice, your intuition, your voice of wisdom. When you actually get into this space of being intact with that, you can hear when people are not being genuine about their conversations with you, or their relation with you, or what they want to do with you. You can tell based off of not only their words and their actions, but how their life is set up and who they keep around them and the things that they set up, and if they're being in delusion, or if they reside in Delululand too, like tongue twister over here. But it has, once you learn the balance between reality and imagination, you can tell what's from your delusion and what's the reality of things. And then it also has to do with your emotional intelligence too, as a woman, your emotional intelligence, because we are very emotionally based creatures. Everything we do is emotional based. And when you have allowed your emotions to take you to Delululand and keep you in Delululand, it makes it very difficult to make decisions where you feel intuitively drawn to, when your emotions are the ones that were triggering those things and your emotions were the one that were driving you to make those decisions. It becomes very difficult to trust yourself. And to get past that shit, you gotta really build your self-esteem, and you really gotta start doing shit that you say you were gonna do, or move on a path where you know you can accomplish the things that you're gonna accomplish, and you're not just having busy work, but you're actually doing some work, actual work, to get where you need to go, to get to the point that you seen yourself being in the Delululand. Like, you can use your imaginations to envision yourself on that nice piece of property with that $1 million house with all the cars you have and your family living in with you, whatever it might be, you you can tap into that vision and have that vision in mind. But if you don't know how to get there, or what's the first steps to get there, or you have no techniques in grounding yourself in reality to tell you, okay, this is what we need to do in order to manifest that shit, like this is the work that we're going to do, you're going to constantly be doing busy work. Meaning you'll go to that 9 to 5, pay those bills while you're still imagining that $1 million mansion, but you're not investing no money into getting that $1 million mansion. You just go into that 9 to 5 every single motherfucking day and paying off your bills every day and smoking and drinking and partying and going out with these people and sitting over here with this person and cheating on your girl, or hooking up with this girl, or doing this with this nigga, or cheating on your man with this guy. And it just goes back and forth and all around, and just in this constant cycle of toxic energy, to where there's no forward movement or no forward progress towards something greater. It is just stuck in this stagnant energy of, we just gonna keep doing this bullshit back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until one of us, any of us, decides to come to the motherfucking forefront and actually say, this is what we need to do to get out of this shit. And a lot of us don't have that in our families, but they're there. I believe everybody has that one person that wants to be better, that wants to do great, and maybe the whole family wants to pick up on their health and do something great. But if everybody is not on board with that shit, and everybody's not realizing their part that they play in that shit, and taking self-accountability for the things that they caused within the mix, within the pack, then y'all will move as a herd instead of moving as a pack. And a lot of y'all will be in Delululand behind this shit. And a lot of people get emotional behind this shit. A lot of people will sit here and fight and argue and be on some bullshit behind this shit. And it's not healthy. Being in Delululand is chaotic as fuck. It's toxic as fuck. Especially when you're in Delululand and you don't know how to use any of the tools that you have right in front of you. That is how disconnected it is, being in that space mentally. That you will have the tools to build, to bring people together, to understand people, to build intimacy with the person that you're with. You'll have all these tools to do it, but because you're so stuck in Delululand, you don't even know how to use it. You've done it before on things in the past that you tried to do it with, and the experience came out sour, but you knew how to do it. It's just now you so stuck in the delusion that everybody's gonna do you this way, everybody's gonna fuck you over, everybody's gonna treat you this way, everybody's on this bullshit, that now you have moved in a way of such where you're not even opening that part up to other people. It's chaotic, it's crazy. And I need to smoke on that one, because that shit was ridiculous. It's ridiculous because everybody experiences Delululand differently. You know, sometimes it keeps people in toxic relationships long term. Sometimes it makes people have kids with other people, or to tolerate certain types of bullshit, or stay with certain types of friends knowing damn well they ain't good for you. It keeps you in this space of always going back to the hurt, back to the things that you're addicted to. That's what keeps you in Delululand. It has a tie to your addiction. It does. If you're addicted to drama and you're addicted to bullshit, Delululand will manifest everything as drama and bullshit. And as you're sitting here saying, I don't fuck with this shit, I don't fuck with that shit, this drama over here, I don't do this shit, you will still be tolerating drama and bullshit. Even though you're sitting here saying that you're not. You'll still entertain it. You'll still go back and forth. You'll still be around it. You'll still be entertaining it. You'll still see some shit on social media. You'll be like, ooh, drama. Let me go send this to my girlfriend. Y'all seen this shit? Ooh, drama. Let me go send this to my homeboys. Ooh, you just seen what this bitch just posted? Ooh, drama. Let me go here and talk about it with my people. Look, they will be called a bunch of chismosas. Really, that's all that it is. You will sit here and say you don't like it. I don't want to be in nobody's business. But the minute somebody has their business around you, you don't tell them, "Nah, I don't want to hear it." You sat there and listened to it. And one thing that I realized is old habits die so fucking hard, man. Old habits die hard. And in order for you to really get out of Delululand, man, you need to go to the motherfucking city hall of Delululand. You need to go see the motherfucking people in the office. You need to tell them that you're no longer living here, that you want to take your name off of the motherfucking lease of the house or whatever you motherfucking want to do. Pay off whatever debt you need to pay off. Pay off the karma that you need to pay off. Do the work that you need to do in order to get up out that shit, or pay off the motherfucking loan that you got out to be in the house of Delululand. Like, you need to just go ahead and make the steps that you need to make to better yourself, and give yourself as much time as you stayed in Delululand. That same amount of time you was in it, that same amount of time you need to be out of it. Give yourself that much time outside of the Lululand to fix your health, to fix what you caused and what you fucking destroyed on your way in and on your way out of that bitch. Because during that whole, let's say you was in Delululand for 15 years. That whole time you was in Delululand, you need 15 more years to get up out that shit and get on your shit and to heal from what you've been through that 15 years. This is why time is the only thing that we motherfucking got on this planet. And we can't spend all of that in fucking delusion, especially if we're not grounded in reality. And there's no fucking balance. There's a balance between the yin and the yang. And we always say this. I always say this on all my videos and all my platforms, to find balance in everything. If you need time to step outside and get a refresher and to remind yourself of who you are and where you're at in your life, then do that. But sitting here in Delulu behind that shit is not helping nobody. It's not helping you. It's not helping your family. It's not helping your financial situation. It's not helping nothing. It's actually causing more harm and more hurt than you think, than what other people want to come to you and tell you about. It's a lot. It's a lot. But like I said, one thing you gotta remember is to balance that shit out. Keep that in the forefront of your mind and balance out your reality and imagination. And the last tip for getting out of Delululand is that giving yourself time to heal and to not be on that bullshit and actually seek help in the areas that you need help with, and really realizing where the fuck ups are in you. See, one thing that I did when I was in Delululand, I was pointing out everybody else's flaws and where they fucked up at. Oh, this person's fucked up, they doing X, Y, and Z. Oh, this person's fucked up because they got da. I was so quick to read other people. But where was that at with myself? Where was that at with myself when I was fucking up? I wasn't checking me. I wasn't pointing out my issues and my problems like, oh, this is what I got going on, so I need to go seek about that. No. That's what needs to happen. It's holding yourself accountable for that shit. Giving yourself time to actually get out of those habitual behaviors, those habits, because a lot of the times it's a habit. It's a fucking repetitive cycle of going through this bullshit, and you do it so long, it's like a crack addict not trying to have crack no more, you know? And why do you think a lot of people recommend going to rehab for drug addictions? People got to go to rehab for addictions on drama, for addictions for overspending, for addictions on tolerating shit that they should no longer be in, for addictions on staying around with people that are obviously showing you that they're no good for you, and you leave and you go right back to another group of people that are doing the same thing. Like, you have to really check yourself into rehab with your mental health. Even if you're not addicted to fucking drugs, man. We are, by nature, when we see things and we like things and we're attracted to and attached to certain type of things, we want to be around it more, especially when it brings out that ugly and that nasty in us. Especially when it brings out that overly aggressive, the motherfucking negative as just all out disrespectful and passive aggressive and manipulative and narcissistic, whatever the motherfucker, all of that shit. Everybody got it in them. Everybody does. But it's a conscious decision to not be that. You have all the capability of being a narcissist, but do you choose to be one? No. You have all of the motherfucking tools to be a cheater. You know the type of people you like. You know who you can go talk to. You have the ability to cheat. But are you going to be a cheater? That is a conscious decision that you have to make when you step out of Delululand. After you've given yourself time, you have to, within the process of giving yourself time, you need to realize where you're at right now, and what you thought yourself was two totally different things, and you need to work your way up to that person. And you really need to get on your own shit and get on your ass about all of the fuck shit that you're on an everyday basis. What you wake up and choose to fucking tolerate, you choose to fucking be around, you choose to motherfucking sit around and talk to and engage with, this is what you have to check. And if you realize the people around you ain't the type of people you want to be around long term, then you need to move. This is where you actually start making those decisions towards getting that version of yourself that you saw yourself in Delululand, and bringing it to reality. Because this is where we're at in real life. This is where we're at. And Delululand will have you thinking you somewhere else where you're not. I'm in this $1 million mansion. I'm a millionaire. Your ass is in the motherfucking ghetto. You're a millionaire. You're a millionaire. You got $1 million. You rich. I'm on this rich lifestyle. I'm going out to trips and all this shit. But as soon as you come back home, bitch, you're in poverty. You ain't rich. It was that tax money that got you feeling like that, huh? It's them tax returns that got you feeling like you wealthy. You wait for that shit every year to feel this way. In Delululand. For years on end. Years on end in Delululand. After every tax season. And then you get that one reality hit where you can manifest this shit with some money. The only way you can, because you can't do it any other time. And it's the only time you feel like a millionaire. You got $1 million. You got all this good shit and you live in bliss. And we up and we out here traveling and shit. But you go right back to your 9 to 5 after your 3 months of vacation, sir. Ma'am. After you done spent all of your damn paycheck money and your tax returns on this damn trip and making it look nice, you got to go right back to reality and work again. Got to build your credit again. Rent is due again. The car's still fucked up again. This the third, fourth one you went through again. That's what Delululand will have you in if it's not checked. Now, you can have an imagination, get your ideas and your spark of inspiration from those imaginations, but you do not live in Delululand. You don't live in it. You actually are out of it. and you reach up to get the mail in the mailbox. You don't even live there. Got a PO box there that sends you that sends you ideas and information every once in a while. But look, it's not even an active thing. You just go there once every 2 weeks or whatever the fuck it may be. However you want to fucking visualize it, it don't matter. My point is, you don't live in Delululand. So the first step was self-accountability, self-reflection, self-responsibility. And the second step was balancing out the imagination and reality. Third step was giving yourself time outside of Delululand to correct your own behaviors and your own character. To check yourself and work on those things. Now, I know that a lot of times, when we come out of Delulu, we realize we're in situations that are really fucking fucked up, and this is the reason why you got into Delululand in the first place, because of how fucked up it is and how much you can't really get out of it. But you can. It's just we limit ourselves to possibilities because, I ain't doing that shit because I believe I don't gotta do that shit. Or I ain't going to work at that job because I feel like I can't. I don't need to work at that job. I deserve something better. But bitch, this is all you qualified for. Nigga, this is all that you qualified for. You can't even fill out a fucking resume, bitch. And you sitting here saying you don't want to fucking work at this damn job. You don't even have the right fucking skills to do something that you set yourself out to fucking do when you don't even know how to set up your damn resume to apply to jobs that have that type of shit. You just automatically gonna get it through who? Through God? Huh. Let's see how well that works. Because faith without works is dead. We all know that. We all know faith without works is dead. So if you sit here and you constantly say no and close yourself off to a lot of opportunities that you know is going to help you get a little bit more money faster, get things manifested a little quicker, and you know for a fact that the reason why you can't have a job or you can't hold a job, or the reason why you ain't applying yourself in the way that you're applying yourself is because you lack the skills to actually do so, then that's what you need to be honest about when you're going out seeking help from people or advice from people, or what do you think I should do in this situation? What do you think I should do that? Because a lot of the times we go out and trauma bond with people just so we can seek someone who can relate to us, so we can seek guidance and information from. But a lot of the times the people that I seek guidance and information from don't even sit in the same shit that I'm in. They actually on to something better. They've actually gotten out of that shit and moved towards something that was better for them all around. And that is very few people. That's like 2 people for me. Hell, even 1. A lot of people are not like that around me. So I don't go seeking guidance or go seek help from people that I don't see them outside doing shit that's better than what I see myself doing. Like, for example, my mother has shown me what it's like to go through countless or different types of relationships, still come out of that bitch, find a man, be married, be happy, come out of all of that trauma, put your money and time towards investing into something and actually building a legacy for yourself. She's literally showing me that shit with her actions. And I'm seeing it. So now I have to be real with myself. I'm like, damn, I'm not even there yet. I want to be there. But I need to do these steps to get up out of that shit. So when I go and I see guidance from her, from a healthy space where she can actually tell me what the fuck is going on, I'm able to take that shit in and apply it. So that I'm actually pacing myself alongside her, so that I can come up and be on the same level with her. which I know is going to bring me a lot of money. It's going to bring me a lot of wealth. It's going to bring me a lot of success, which is going to bring me a lot of discipline, which is also going to bring me this version of myself that don't give a fuck about no shit, that don't really want to entertain low vibrational shit or what the fuck this other person got going on, where I'm on a whole different vibration where people don't want to even fuck with me. They don't even want to talk to me. They don't want to do nothing with me because they know they're going to be on the bullshit. Like, that's the type of shit I want to be on. I need to be around people who are like that. And it's hard to find those people when you in Delululand and you are playing the victim. That's another thing. In Delululand, you play the victim a lot. A lot. You never hold yourself accountable for shit. It's always somebody else doing something to you. That's why you did something to them. But I'm saying all of this to say, Delululand ain't it. Pack your bags. Get up out of there. Get up out of Delululand. Get up out of there. You need to go ahead and pack your shit and move out. Because the longer you stay in that shit, the more damage that is done in the physical. That you're going to have to put your whole soul back, spine, toes, 10 hands, elbows, legs, your eyeballs, all of that shit in order for you to fix it. And I'm not just talking about changing the whole shit around I'm talking about the process to fix it. Because when you do the work towards actually fixing it, that's when it will come and manifest. But if you ain't doing no steps towards it, the motherfucker, they ain't coming. So get out. Get out of Delululand. Because faith without works is dead. And balance that shit with your reality. Thank you guys for tapping into today's episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one.